right, welcome back, everybody, to another night of chaos, insanity, and all sorts of disarray. The usual things you wonderful people sign up for when you tune into Duo Gaming. I don't have much in the way of announcements tonight. The main one is going to be that Adventurers Anonymous off week is going to be next week, as it is the last Sunday of the month. We should still have Journeys in Drutori, but not sure what we're going to be doing. We'll find something fun. For anybody that didn't tune in yesterday, we have reached triple digits on YouTube. Hooray. And yes. And while we've been sitting at a very nice number on Twitch, we are so close. We're sitting at 69. Love to get up, match our YouTube, our Twitch, all those fun things. And we hit what? 1,000 on TikTok, or we're almost there?
We are over 900, making our way.
Making our way downtown to 1K.
I mean, I was so tempted to go, we're over 900!
We're getting there. hey,
Too soon,
you know what?
too soon.
I will make everybody who's listening a deal. If, when we hit 9,001 followers on TikTok, I will make a video of me doing the over 9,000 bit.
Face reveal.
I will do the face reveal. I will go Super Saiyan. I will do all of it only once we hit 9,000 followers on TikTok.
There you go. There's our stretch goal.
That would be super.
What happens when TikTok goes away?
I do the same bit with a really bad fake drawn-on mustache.
It ain't going to go away. Rumble's going to buy it.
Somebody's going to buy it. But other than that...
Are we ready to play that beautiful bean footage?
I'm ready.
Yes. I don't think I have any other announcements for anything. I think we are ready to go. We've got that spicy, spicy bean footage. I say we get into it.
Ta-da!
Wait, holy shit, everybody's art looks so good.
Look at our beans.
I love it.
And after the break, we will have a new overlay for both here and Drutori. We're going to do a facelift on both sides of the canvas. And yes, it'll be all brand new.
We'll have to update our character tokens for in-game as well.
Yep. All that was to be done after the break.
Oh, yeah.
But there's a little spicy taste.
Spicy.
Spicy, spicy. It's good spicy, spicy. So when we had last left off with our intrepid band of Destined Knucklehucks, you guys had made your way back up to the surface, and all of our non-Underdark players were reveling in seeing actual real sunshine and what they would classify as too fucking long, and poor Scratch now having to suffer once again with the harsh realities of the above world.
Yep. The hat and the mask are back.
You guys had been transported, teleported, some sort of ported into a small, almost like a trading hub or a trading town, seemingly in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of the forest.
This is the customs we dodged.
Oh, don't worry. Customs is coming. I can't wait for you guys to meet your customs agent. Yes, in the middle of nowhere, seemingly just dropped in the middle of a forest in this town, populated by both drow and humans. You guys had interacted with a few of the guards and had opted to speak to the manager with one of them. And I believe you guys had been getting ready to grab a horse, grab your cart, head out. Someone correct me if I'm wrong.
Is that horse coming with
That
cowboy?
sounds right.
What was that, Augie? Being snarky down there?
Nothing. What?
Oh yes, and we can't forget the deep, heartwarming conversation that Augie had with Kalor after being able to reconnect with her after so long.
I feel so pale.
What did you guys want to do before the Autobots roll out? Was there anything else? Anybody wanted to talk to anybody?
Yeah. So we already talked to Scratch about his unrequited lover and her issue with that lady that we all hate.
Mm-hmm.
So the plan is, I'm just gonna go up to Scratch and just be like, give me like our next 5 steps.
Scratch is overseeing the loading of the cannon onto the wagon. Be careful with that! It's, oh, I have to fix that later. Oh, Augie, kind of looks up, but, can't really look up because the sun. 5 steps? Step 1, contact Unile. Step 2, get the ship back. Step 3, find a crew. Step 4, something. Step 5, profit. Find Opal.
Augie like flicks his nose playfully.
What was that for?
So- because now is not the time to think of money over people, joke or not.
You gotta pay the crew.
We have a substantial amount.
We could start charging them for their medical expenses.
No, we operate in a universal health care.
It's not. What if we charge them for the food?
No, Mr. No. They do a good job, and it is not their fault that they have to be hung up on our ship. Now, their total compensation package includes medical care and room and board.
And cremation in the effect of death.
Right, and a very nice letter home on our fancy parchment.
No clause about being consumed by a T-Rex, though.
There's no clause for a lot of things that happen in this world. But we will not charge them for their basic needs.
Okay, but I think having 4 out of 5 steps planned ahead is a good ratio.
Yeah, I agree. 5 might have been a stretch goal, but we always got to have that.
Your
We
steps are
do
bigger
need to
than
check
mine
out
anyway.
supplies.
What was that, Mr. Lachlan?
We do need to check our supplies. We wouldn't want to set out on this mission and then find out halfway that we're out of giant eggs or chickens.
Is there? I know we have supplies from down under, but is there anything that we could get here that we would need first and foremost, or are there majority of things? Can they wait until we get to a major town when we're setting up the boat?
Was that directed at me?
I said that out loud into the ether to anyone who could feel like they would want to chime in.
I believe we got some supplies from the all-powerful man under the ground. But, unless they've looted our ship, we should still be pretty well stocked. Where's Kyrius? He knows more about the food. Kyrius!
Besides, that is important. Other things besides food.
Arias is still picking flowers. That's what he was doing last time I was with you all.
Okay.
He, at hearing his name, he spins around. Yes, Captain?
Do you happen to remember how food storage looked on the ship before we were unceremoniously uprooted from our home?
It needed updating, and he points to one of the carts that had been teleported here earlier. That's what that is. You sent me with money to go purchase supplies and the cart before we left the Underdark, or the Underground.
That's
That'll do
right.
it.
I did. That was a test. Good job. Turns
Now,
around
is there...
to Augie. All proud.
Oh my lord.
Handled.
Is there anything on the cart that we would prefer to be transported in safe extra-dimensional space?
A cannon.
I'm gonna whip the cloak off my back and stand it so a door appears. Will it fit through here?
How big is the
It
door?
please.
It is doorway-sized.
Standard
Big enough for a
doorway,
medium.
large doorway, builder's grade standard doorway.
Medium creature doorway or large creature doorway?
Medium. Probably you have to... probably I have to stoop to go in because it's built into the cloak.
Maybe we'll use the other stuff. I don't think the cannon will go through there. But anyway, if there's any supplies anybody else needs, we better get it now, because we're not stopping between here and seeing Miss Unule.
Bit scratch. I need the
Isn't it
bathroom.
princess or queen? What the hell is she now? She has
She's
a
a-
title.
I believe that she's the queen now.
So you should upgrade that. You don't call a queen miss.
She said I could.
But it's Unalak. I don't think she would want anyone to undertitle her.
Arias finishes picking his flowers and walks up to join the conversation and says, it probably would be best, especially in any official capacity, to refer to her as her title. And then if we're in private in any way, you can refer to her in a more casual manner.
Well, of course, that's what I meant. That's what I meant.
I mean, the court wasn't what I'd call chill or easygoing.
Oh yes, plenty of people will become offended on her behalf if you don't refer to her with a resounding Your Majesty.
All right.
Your memories?
Should we get a gift? We should probably present a gift.
What do you get a queen?
I have no idea.
Because you know, underground. Go ahead.
I've been told that there is a certain kind of gift for when you're told to bring nothing at all. It's like an assorted selection of delectable treats. Something like favorites.
Cobalt cakes?
Reaches
Can
into
you
his
just-
pocket. I've only got 4 left.
Can you whip up some fresh ones? You cannot give a queen pocket cobalt cakes.
But they keep for a long time. They're aged well.
When we get back on this ship, we are having a diplomacy class.
They're vintage.
I could.
Full of preservatives.
Lachlan pulls out an empty vial named Potion of Virility and puts it back.
No. Oh no.
What was that?
Hmm?
Nothing.
You know, underground we just kind of find a big egg. That's a good gift for rulers. Big snacks. Also,
Augie looks through all of the stuff that they and Rain got and looks for anything that's like a big, beautiful, ornate, like fabric or scarf or cape or anything like that that would be her style or presentable.
She likes the color green.
You unfortunately do not find any bolts of fabric that would be suitifiably ornate enough to present to the queen.
If you guys give me some time and some raw materials, I can make something.
Can we approve it first?
I guess.
I just don't want to go into any situation near that lady that has a surprise.
Augie, I'm not completely useless in social situations.
Yep, I'm just trying to mitigate risk. Return on investment, a lot of business terms.
Well, do we have enough in the way of food that we can get to the city? Because we will be able to stock up there if we need.
Yeah, how far are we out, Captain?
I'm the captain, not the navigator. Sorry.
I presume
Colon cake was a
that
little dry.
With our navigator absent, I would like to try and triangulate where we are, based on the mountain range that should be to the east and the position of the sun.
I mean, you can try. You can also ask one of the guards.
Oh my goodness!
You don't have a damn
Can we just have
idea.
some technical difficulties, please?
Hey,
I don't want another session like this.
Everything's been so smooth lately.
It's too smooth.
Augie's feeling empowered by her new by their new outfit, so she's gonna swatch up to that really important guard and be like, "Can I have directions? These behind me cannot pass."
In the meantime, I'm gonna fly up on my broom and see if I can find any recognizable landmarks.
That's a good
Very
idea
good.
too.
I point directly southeast and say, "That's north."
And you are entirely confident that you are pointing north. Augie, as you kind of swagger over to the guard, he's just kind of watching you approach. He's not saying anything. He's still got his arms crossed, and he's just kind of watching you approach.
Ooh,
Directions to where? There's many places I could give you directions to. I'm going to need specifics.
Augie would remember, but I don't. What's the name of the place we're going? Where's our ship?
Tethea. The capital of Tethea. Well, our ship's actually on the outskirts, but
We need to get to Tethea.
He just kind of snorts. Why in the world would you want to go to that stuck-up, noble-ridden hell?
Scratch reaches for his pistol, walking towards where he's listening.
Augie visibly relaxes and is like, no. Trust me. Not my first choice, but you see, that's where our ship is, and no way about getting it out of there without going, if you know what I mean.
Unfortunately, I do. I will say, though, I have heard the new queen is very nice. You could probably try to petition her. The king and the queen, very nice people from what I've heard. There's apparently some advisor who walks around staring down her nose at everyone like she's got a stick firmly lodged where sticks shouldn't go.
I can confirm that is
Old sword with malicious intent.
Mhm.
Oh, you've met her. I'm so sorry. But
To be
as
frank,
far as
I've met them all. And you're not inaccurate in your assumptions of everyone.
well, as far as travel goes, we're about and you kind of see him pull out a scrap of parchment and what looks like a really either well-loved or badly abused quill. And he taps it on his tongue a couple times, and he's kind of scribbling a few things out, doing some calculations, and he just kind of, well, That way it'll take you longer, but it'll probably be safe. That way it won't take as long. It'll take about half the time, but, danger. Well, there's 2 routes you could go.
The quickest.
One, the quickest. Okay. Well, it'll take you about 4 days by horse. And he kind of looks up and sees Rain and... Oh, well, about the direction that your friend on the broom is pointing. You guys head that way. About 4 days by cart. You'll reach the edge of Tithea. And I will warn you, the road that you're going, there has been reports of bandits. And you're all a fairly strong-looking group, but when have bandits ever been smart?
It would be my honor to just knock a bunch of knuckleheads off the road. Honestly, that sounds like a plan to me. Captain, 4 days. How do you feel about that?
It's very long to be out in the sun, but yeah,
I could strap you to the undercarriage of the wagon.
I'd prefer you didn't.
Well, I suffered in the Underdark. You can suffer in the daylight.
And I had to hear about it the whole time, so do you.
Delightful.
Lachlan runs up to the captain and says, "You need band-aids? I have band-aids."
What? No! When did I ask for a band-aid?
I heard someone saying something about band-aids. Maybe it was band-aids.
He just turns around and walks away, dragging his tail.
Scratch, roll me a constitution check.
Teehee.
Check or save?
Check. You don't need to save yet.
Okay.
Yet?
I said what I said. Okay. Your tail really, really hurts. It's not enough to incapacitate you. It's not anything to really normally impede, but it's not healing like you had expected it to.
It's all that donkey riding.
Have
Pony
to
riding.
fix that on the way. Augie mumbles under their breath, looking at the real sorry state of that tail.
It's not looking good. It's really not looking good.
Lachlan
And
takes
Augie-
out Bone Saw.
Augie,
Looks
the
at Augie.
captain, the guard captain, kind of signals you over to come in a little closer, and he leans in. And he just. I also didn't want to say this in front of too many people, but there's also reports of fiends with some of the bandits. So supposedly there's some group that has been giving them power, and they're actually able to pull these extraplanar demons into our realm. So you all just be careful. Some of those things can get nasty. As much as your little tiny dragon kobold person irritates me, you're important to my king, and honestly, I'd be very put out if any of you were injured because it comes back on me. Just be cautious on your trip. You never know what's material plane and what's not. And he kind of stands back up and kind of adjusts his armor that doesn't need adjusting. And
Augie does that thing, like when you're wearing like perfume or cologne, and you like shift your hair from one side to the other, so it kind of like wafts out. And they go, "Oh, sir, I do appreciate your concern, but if there's something I love, it is a good fiend. I appreciate
At
you
this
showing
point,
me."
rain comes down.
Yep, there you go.
yep, 100%.
I appreciate you directing us in the right way. And
And yes,
they just turn and walk away.
Rain does actually come down to talk to you. So I managed to orient myself on a couple of the mountain ranges that are visible, and I'm pretty sure it would be maybe a 2-day journey in that direction, but on foot it should take longer.
According to the gentleman behind me, you were looking in the right direction of where we need to go. The fastest route with horseback is 4 days.
Aha! I love being right.
I'm quite impressed, honestly. How do you do that? How do you go up, triangulate your position just based off a land? I can't find my way down a fucking hallway.
Oh, well, after I saved my parents, I did as much traveling as I could.
And Augie does their best to relay all the directions as soon as possible so they do not fuck it up.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a wisdom, just a flat wisdom check, Augie. And actually, you're going to have advantage for Rain because she had been kind of up scouting about too.
Just check.
Yeah,
Nice.
you are really able, since you just finished your conversation with the Drow Guard captain, you're able to relay pretty much everything that he told you. And Rain, this matches up just about exactly with what you had found. You hadn't really noticed the other route that he was talking about, but now that you think back, like, oh yeah, there is another more established path around, but it's definitely going to take you guys a lot longer. You didn't see any obvious signs of bandit activity, but
Rain wouldn't really take notice of the roads anyway because she never has any reason to use them.
exactly. So yeah, you guys have your chart, you guys have your navigation, and you were able, as you and Augie were talking, Rain, kind of some of the landmarks that you had seen made more sense. So between the two of you, you guys have pretty much a direct route to getting back to the kingdom.
Yay!
Well, I feel good about that. Look at me branching out in different ways from my typical job. One day I might be able to travel on my own. In some bag, Rolo is shaking his head.
Rolo pops his head out of his bag specifically to look at you, shake his head, and then goes back into his bag.
Oh,
Like-
come on.
Lachlan, upon hearing Augie give very good directions, stares down at their hands and goes, "Oh no, Augie's taken my ability to navigate."
No one get their hopes up. I literally listened to a man tell me how to go somewhere, and I turned around and gave those directions to a better suited woman.
Anything else before we transition to being on the road again?
On the road again.
I have nothing.
No, I think we should get it on. Giddy up, partners.
Right.
Let's go.
You guys loaded everything up. Would have taken a horse, at least one, I hope, with you. And anybody, roll me a D100. Fun.
Judging by my rolls, it shouldn't be me.
I will do it.
Oh, very good. Excellent. I like that number. That's a good number.
Since I've been having all the good rolls.
Well, it depends on your definition of good.
Can we fuck up some bandits? Because that's what I want.
Hold on, this map looks familiar.
Yeah, can we, what are the bandits? Are they a Goliath?
You need to
Yeah,
change
that's
the
it.
version of salt that you're using.
Are there gonna be werebeasts in this area?
There's gonna be something.
Should we be concerned about a half-dead wizard?
You should be concerned about something.
Another sun paladin that wields a giant hammer?
There's a handful of things and references I could put here, but I think for now, like I could put a half-dead savant just in the middle of the road, potentially a blood hunter, but
That the tree stumps look like turtles.
Turtles.
oh my gosh, they do! I never noticed that. That's adorable.
Yeah, just little turtles hanging out.
I can't unsee it.
No,
The best part is you made this.
I did not make the assets. I just planted them down.
Not saying you did. I'm just saying you made the map and you put turtles on the map.
You for sure put turtles on the map.
All right. So you guys are making your way downtown, walking fast, faces pass, and you are homebound.
Do 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 do.
And then need you.
And you come across what appears to be the scene of some kind of accident. A cart is overturned. There is a log stretched in the middle of the road with another cart behind it. Two horses are running free, and there doesn't appear to be any signs of people. There's also no blood, no signs of struggle. This area seems almost staged.
Do I notice anything with a passive insight?
Passive insight.
The character sheet didn't want to load. 26 is my passive.
Yurei, this is very odd to you. And actually, Kyrius. This is also the two of you, as you come up to this scene, are put on edge. Yurei, because this is an ambush. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. There's something here. Kyrius, you notice, as you come towards the cart, that there are orcish symbols on some of the boxes. They read valuable, cargo, fragile paper, do not bend kind of stuff.
Fragile.
Escape.
That's Italian.
It's weird. It's spelled just like escape.
Dory, you
Are
can
there any
read?
this way up facing downwards?
Oh, absolutely, but Kyrius is the only one that notices. And Yurei, you both, between the two of you, can figure out that this is an ambush. And Kyrius, roll me history, please.
Does the cart? I will roll history, but does the cart look like it still has stuff in it, or it's empty and the boxes are all broken like it shows in the picture?
It looks like the boxes are empty. There's nothing in there besides the empty boxes. And this is familiar to you, because this reminds you of a tactic you had studied in your home, of an orcish war chief who was seen as very dishonorable because he preferred to use cheap tactics of ambushes instead of facing his foes in direct combat.
Ooh, ruddy blood axes.
He had been exiled many, many years ago by his tribe and had been roaming through most of the lands and was now wanted by many of the war chiefs.
So this is a name I would know, or would I actually know this individual?
You would know him. You would know his name.
Like I've heard of him just because of how he does these things, but I've not like had personal interaction with him. Is that what I'm understanding?
Correct. You have never personally met him, and you have heard the name Warwick Vargan. Is the name he goes by now, but you would also know him only by the moniker of the Dishonored. His name had been stripped from him and only given that moniker, which you know is a big fucking deal.
Captain,
Huh? What is...
this seems suspicious to me. I feel like we may be coming up on an ambush, and it may be orcs doing it. This is reminiscent of a tactic that I've heard of before, the setup that we have here.
Okay. Kyrius and Masaru, do we think we should go out opposite ends of the wagon and flank them in return?
Masaru's not here.
Yuri.
Yuri and Kyrius. Sorry. sun in my eyes. Maybe we should spread out. If it is an ambush, like you say, Kyrios, maybe we shouldn't be all huddled together.
If it is an ambush, I don't think we've gotten to the point where they're ready to spring it yet, or else it would be sprung. So, whatever we're going to do, we should think about doing it quick.
Hey, would anyone like to be a T-Rex? Big, bitey dinosaur?
I'm gonna pass.
Yeah, can't say that I do personally.
Okay. Brutus, you up for it? Brutus. Brutus looks up. Okay.
At the mention that we shouldn't be bunched up, Augie is going to point over towards here and just start flanking around in this direction.
I'm going to prepare to cast Polymorph on Brutus as soon as any kind of fighting starts.
I'm gonna stay with the wagon.
Yurei's gonna go dash into the trees.
Rain, it's
I am
fine.
also going to stay with the wagon.
Rain, you should stay with us, but be ready to fly upward if things get a little too hot for the squishies.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Hey, Yurei.
Yeah. Oh.
You managed to slip into the trees directly behind a very large orc.
Ah! Does he notice me? Because I'm kind of in the branches.
No. I'm giving you your stealth roll. He does not notice you. You see that he is holding a very large axe, and he has a javelin on his hip, and he seems to be looking out towards the road. Augie, make a perception check, please.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Lord.
You also notice a very large orc hiding in the bush with a very large axe and a javelin on his hip. He also has not noticed you.
I promise I'm not judging your judgments, DM, but I think it's awesome and hilarious that Yurei was stealthy enough he could run across an open plain, hide in the tree right behind an orc, and was never noticed.
It's very tall
Trust me.
grass.
It's very
He's very
fast.
fast.
They are very focused. Augie and Yurei, you both notice that they are focused on the other cusp of trees across the way. They're both focused right about here-ish.
I just want to say that as they leave the wagon, I keep the wagon going forward, and I start singing in a obnoxiously loud and shrill draconic language.
Very good.
Augie kind of looks over this upturned wagon in the direction of the party and smiles.
Okay.
And then turns back to where the orc is and casts command.
Okay.
And the command is to flee.
Okay. So, the orc, as you commanded this one,
The one in front of me.
he doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
He just kind of slowly turns his head until he's facing at you. And then he yells very, very loudly in a language you don't understand that Kyrios does as, "Boss, we're caught!"
Funny enough, Yurei would understand that because he speaks Orcish too.
I forget that you speak Orcish. Yeah, you would understand this as well.
Yurei has like what, 9 language proficiencies?
87,000 language proficiencies. If there's a language,
Really?
Yurei probably speaks it.
Really, what can't Yurei do? Let's be honest.
Fail.
He's not a frontline fighter.
Yeah, he can't. If he gets grabbed, he's in trouble.
He is optimized for infiltration and spy work.
So,
But can he see why kids love Cinnamon Toast Crunch?
With a passive of 26, probably.
No. Nope, he can't.
Can I roll investigation to see why kids love Cinnamon Toast Crunch?
Please do.
so how aggressive does this yell sound?
I mean, do you speak Orcish?
No.
It sounds.
Actually, I might.
Yurei, you have no idea why kids love the taste of Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Confounds me.
Orcish is not one of mine.
It sounds like a very aggressive yell. He could have yelled pie for all you know.
I think that would constitute start of aggressiveness in Lachlan's mind. Would you agree?
I mean, as the guy yells, another orc appears and walks
Also,
up the tree line.
I feel like since I understood him, as soon as he yelled, I would have moved for my swords.
Probably. Well, another orc. Actually, he's not supposed to be that small. He should be much bigger. So
Look.
as
Orc, small, looks at T-Rex appearing, gets bigger.
I mean, honestly, he just kind of looks at the T-Rex and he doesn't seem phased at all. And he just kind of strides out of the tree line and just walks up into the middle of the path and just kind of stares at you all.
Should we be rolling initiative?
Or we're just staring back, I guess.
Nope, and nobody has attacked.
I pull out my pistol and I attack.
Oh, okay.
Brutus charges.
Or, okay.
Or
Then, I was gonna say, or you could have your, people that speak Orcish try to figure out what he wants, but,
He said it, let's do it.
he hasn't attacked. He walked out of the tree line. He hasn't done anything.
he wants death, as far as I'm concerned. Okay, let me...
Alright, wait. Right. Carius, talk to the guy.
So I do draw my short swords, regardless. And I yell out in Orcish. We're not looking for trouble, we just want to pass.
He swings his head over and looks at you, Kyrius. Awful scrawny for an orc, aren't you? In a thick, heavy Orcish accent. He says this in common, by the way.
So he sounds cockney.
No, he does not sound cockney.
That's a stereotype.
You New York.
Scratch just kind of looks at Kyrius and, does a little head tilt, like, go on, you started it.
Are you going to let us pass?
And he switches over to Orcish at this point. That depends. Are you and your little friends gonna pay the toll?
And I say to Scratch, he wants us to pay a toll.
We can't have our money. How much?
What's the price?
Seeing as my boys are protecting this little area and myself, anything valuable, anything dangerous, and he's kind of looking at the T-Rex. Keep your pet on a leash, scrawny.
He's not my pet.
Keep the pet's master on a leash or we're gonna have problems.
In T-Rex form, Brutus is feeling offended at being referred to as a pet.
Does Brutus speak Orcish?
No.
I don't think a T-Rex has the capacity to feel offended.
Well, that's a little insulting. They have small arms, but they've got big brains.
Yeah, just because you got a big brain doesn't mean you're very smart.
Captain, he's willing to take anything of value, but I think I know, even though he hasn't identified himself, I think I know of this orc and his reputation. He is not known, if I'm correct, he's not known for the most honorable of combat.
Scratch just gets a little wicked grin under his mask.
I'm real quick. I'm gonna yell out one more time. I am Kyrius Olgiak, son of Ukaresh, the Knee Smasher, and Rintara, the Silent Knife. Who am I addressing?
So you say your name, Carius, and he actually takes a step back. Oh. I'm in the presence of royalty, am I? And he gives a little bit of a mock bow. The Knee Smasher and the Silent Knight. You're the little human that they took in and raised like an orc. A little charity project.
So you've heard of me. Who are you?
He chuckles, that deep orcish chuckle in his chest. I am Warwick Vargan. I am the taker of heads, the slayer of men of all sizes. I am the one who dances in blood. You might know me as the Dishonored One. For I seek not to fight on fair terms. I seek to fight to the death.
Kyrius looks at Scratch. Yeah, he's the one I thought he was.
Okay, if you know him, how do you think we should handle him?
I don't know him, I know of him, and I can tell you that if we fight him, he is going to look for any underhanded tactic he can to win, so be prepared.
My kind of orc.
Hey, the only fair fight's a fight you win, right?
Mood.
Kyrius, I defer to you to this. I'll go with whatever your decision is.
I'm not a good leader, Captain. This is why I'm relaying information to you.
Is it a fight we can win, or is it a fight we should avoid?
Can I see, DM, can I see any other orcs hiding anywhere, or is it just the three that we know of right now?
Give me a perception check. And I'm going to give you advantage since you know more of what you're looking for. You would know how orcs tend to hide. They're all painted purple.
Never seen a purple orc.
Kyrius, you know for sure there's at least one. This guy you can see since he's started to come out of the trees. But you aren't seeing anyone else. But you would know that there are others around. You just can't pinpoint them. Roll me a history check one more time. Okay. You would also know that you can talk your way out of this. You just have, obviously you have to give him something valuable. But what he classifies as valuable and what you classify as valuable might be different. He also does
Who's playing Final Fantasy 14?
You can also tell that he's not particularly interested in fighting right away. He will fight if he has to. But he prefers, if he has to fight, he'll use underhanded tactics, but if he can get away and without a fight, he prefers it.
He's a bully. I say to Scratch, he's a bully. If he can get away without a fight, he will. He uses strength as an intimidation, but make no mistake, he can fight. He's probably got at least one more orc hidden somewhere nearby. And I'm whispering all of this to be clear, so he can't hear me. He's probably got at least one more orc hidden somewhere nearby. Maybe more, but at least one more for sure. I mean, we have the numbers, most likely, but it would not necessarily be an easy fight. If we give him something of value, it'll have to be something that he thinks is valuable, not necessarily what we think is valuable. I'll be honest, I am loath to give in to a bully's demands.
And should we really let these guys continue to have this choke point on a travel route? I mean, I know we can't fix every problem in the world, but this seems like one that we can.
I have one more question, Kyrius.
Okay.
Is there a bounty?
DM, do I know of any bounty on this orc?
You know that he is wanted, but you don't know if he has a bounty specifically.
I am sure that he is wanted somewhere. Whether or not there is a specific bounty, I don't know about it.
Looks like we found our gift to Thea. Let's take him out.
Scratch would lift up his weapon and kind of level it at the chief.
Okay.
Or the orc.
Yeah.
And in his clearest common, quickly looking around and making sure where everyone was located in the moment.
We ain't paying no toll. So you have one chance to walk away. This is that chance.
Are you attempting a persuasion or an intimidation?
Well, as I pull back the hammer on the revolver, we're gonna call that an intimidation.
Okay.
Can I give him advantage by kind of flipping my swords and scowling at him at the same time, like helping him?
You absolutely can.
Meanwhile,
100%.
T-Rex in background.
Yeah, meanwhile,
And the-
T-Rex.
The T-Rex has not phased this guy.
Ooh, and I only had a +2.
Oh, that's
Do you
tasty.
wanna roll again and see if you can crit?
It's advantage. Roll again, see if you get 20.
That's right. That's right. Nah.
All right. So he kind of looks between you and Kyrius, and he just kind of grunts, and he just kind of, all right. I suppose for today the roads are a free pass. We'll leave, peaceful like. And he lets out a loud whistle, and one by one you see more and more orcs appearing out of the bushes and the trees. We'll leave. You there, Kyrius. It's a strong name you carry. I'll remember you. We're not done yet. And he walks back into the tree line. And then he disappears. And then one by one, the orcs that you all had seen just disappear.
Like literally, or just walk away where we can't see them anymore?
The ones that you guys can see, they just seem to walk back into the trees. Yurei and Augie, for the ones that you guys had seen, they seem to almost walk into the shadows like Rylan had.
Ooh, can I make an Arcana check to observe?
Go for it. It seems pretty similar to what you'd been reading about, but it almost seems forced, as if there's something about it that's almost wrong, but you're not sure what. But there's definitely something weird about it, but it also could just be an orcish variant of the spell.
Weird.
As we camp for the next few days, we should take extra precautions to make sure that one, we're not followed throughout the day, and two, that we set up sufficient alarms and traps around our camp in case they try to ambush us.
I'm going to use speak with animals to and turn to the T-Rex and say, I'm gonna keep you in T-Rex form for an hour, and then we can move a little faster, and you'll be ready if they decide that they want to attack from behind. Don't eat any of us.
Augie is not coming close to a T-Rex because they don't trust it. But they're gonna say, I have a spell that can help us overnight when we're camping. I can set up an alarm for perimeter, but we'll have to be real cozy to stay inside.
I can also set up an alarm. Together, can we double the perimeter?
Link the spell. You guys would be able to essentially double the length. So instead of having a 20-foot cube, you could have a 40-foot rectangle, like a 40 long, 20 wide rectangle.
That would be a little less cozy. Or a little more cozy, depending on how you look at it, I suppose.
Y'all don't want to be stacked on top of each other to sleep?
I'm a real good cuddler. Eyebrow wiggle, eyebrow wiggle.
Do we need to move this log?
Can we get the cart around it?
We have a
Brutus,
T-Rex.
do your thing. Brutus comes over, reaches down. I assume he doesn't need a roll for this.
I mean, if you're gonna try to ride the T-Rex, I'm gonna need rolls from you.
Yeah, sure. What do you need from me?
Let's do.
Animal handling?
Well, let's see what that be. I can never remember. Is it athletics or acrobatic?
Athletics is strength.
Give me an acrobatics to try to climb the T-Rex.
Word of warning, Brutus's stats are currently overridden by the T-Rex, so he has an intelligence of 2 right now. So be careful.
Yeah.
During polymorph, you still recognize your allies.
Yeah, but he's got a big head and little arms.
I don't think this plan was very well thought through.
I have a big head and little arms.
Luckily, you're not quite able to climb up on the T-Rex, just because this is not an animal that is really shaped to be ridden. There's not really a place for you to sit at all. Like, comfort is totally out the window. There's not really a place that you can...
Molly, sorry, can I say there is a funnier option?
I'm not letting Brutus carry you in his mouth.
No. So I managed to get up on top, and then Brutus goes to pick up the log, putting the head down, and I fall off.
I mean, that was going to be the first option. That was going to be the option had you succeeded, but you're just not quite able to climb up. Just because, again, it's not really a place where you can get purchase. And as far as picking up the log, go ahead and have the T-Rex give me a strength check.
I'd really like to have rolls that end up being decent.
I don't know what you're talking about. I had a great roll.
I said I'd really like to. Apparently you're getting my usual luck. But keeping the same alignment and personality means that you would... That's fine.
I'm just saying that Brutus's reasoning skills are pretty much none right now.
Worst case scenario, it looks like he's about to bite someone and I drop concentration.
I mean, that would actually be worst case scenario. Because I don't want to be bit by a T-Rex.
So weirdly, the T-Rex actually struggles to move the log. It moves it, but it seems really, really heavy, even for something like this.
Is the path clear?
I mean, it's which direction did he drag the? Did he drag it this way or drag it that way?
He probably would have dragged it this way. He would be chomping down on this end and then moving it over. So if it's
Okay.
heavy, it would pivot around the other end.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to kind of turn it, but it's not fully out of the road. But this whole side of this area seems pretty clear, except for the horses wandering around.
Shall we continue?
Chip skills and crooked tails. I kind of wished he wouldn't have taken the chance to leave.
Yeah, I would have liked to know more about how they got them powers.
I have qualms with letting any bandits leave, considering that they're most likely going to continue to do harm to travelers and people.
And now I look like I was just talking shit to the captain. He's never going to believe that I'm a badass. God damn it.
Aki's trying to suit all those drow.
It's okay, okay. We'll spread the rumor that you intimidated them just by your sheer display of awesome prowess.
We can leave a sign up the road to warn anybody coming this way, and we can also tell the guards when we get to our destination. But for now, we have more important things than a few bandits on the road.
Well, actually, maybe not. Because the captain did say that the bandits are partnering with other planar entities.
Oh. Is your rift sense going off?
I mean, I don't know. God, is it?
Roll me Arcana.
Oh, man. That doesn't make a lick of sense.
It will, don't worry.
No.
That's a bold claim. That's a very bold claim right there. So, Augie, your rift sense is, in fact, going off. But it's leading you further down the road. It's leading you further this way, but also deeper into the woods. There is a rift open somewhere in this area. You aren't 100% sure where.
Yeah, Captain, there's a rift around here.
Oh.
And
Okay.
I can't leave until it's closed.
Why'd you have to say that? Okay. Okay.
I took an oath, sir, and I'm not trying to break that. Have you seen Grandpapa Pelor? That man could smash me with a look.
Alright, we're on it. Stow the wagon. We're gonna follow the big, ugly guy, and maybe he'll lead us to where this rift is.
He went in a different direction. Augie points downward. Rift's that way. I don't know if they're meeting there or if they just let it stay open and what comes.
Okay.
I'm wondering if they're protecting the rift by actively being in this area.
That's actually not a bad conclusion. Okay, everyone, stealth is key here. Let's try and surprise whatever we're going to be moving in on and not get surprised ourselves. Augie, you're in the lead.
Yeah. Whoa. Okay. Just let me. 1 second. And Augie goes over to our horse, and he uses my ability to speak with speech of beast and leaf, and I just say, "Hey, I know that was probably really scary. Also, the big dino probably really scary. We think that we're going to be heading into the thick of some things, and I just don't want you to be, to get frightened and run off. Okay, like, we'll protect you. No need to get skittish. Just a heads up.
Meanwhile-
It's just kind of looking at you in that way that horses do.
Just trying to be nice. But okay, you don't like me, that's fine.
Scratch just sitting there watching Augie. Nay, 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 nay.
And then I sadly walk away because the horse hates me.
I mean, it could be waxing eloquent about how it is so honored to be traveling with you. But I don't think speech of beast and leaf, unless I'm wrong, you can't understand them back.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of like looking at you like, please don't fucking let me die.
I give it some like nose pat scratches that horses like. And I walk to the front and I say, tingling is this way.
We're doing this stealthy.
As best as we can.
We
Okay,
cast
good.
pass without trade.
Which is very good. That is
Raise
indeed the
your
best
hand.
that we can.
If you have no stealth, hey yo.
I don't have stealth. See?
So that's
Look.
19
Augie, you did better than me.
on.
And I have
31,
disadvantage.
40.
So wait, hold on. Would this give me like a total of 40 for stealth?
Yes.
How in the how?
Oh, sorry, that was Brutus.
He's got to be like expertise in stealth.
Confused.
That was me.
A magic book extended my dexterity. I have a +6 and expertise.
If that was your role, how is Lachlan wearing heavy armor?
I'm a cleric.
Yep.
Oh god, did not realize that you had heavy armor on either. I just
Yeah,
never
I-
imagined Lachlan walk around in big ass bulky armor.
Clang, clang, clang.
Yeah, it doesn't really like fit the look I described, but I don't think that with my experience I wouldn't be wearing armor.
I mean, if it bulks you up the way you need to be bulked, I wouldn't complain. But thank you, Mr. Woodman, for that +10, because we need it.
Oh yeah, we do.
For some
Rain
reason,
wears
heavy armor doesn't show.
absolutely no visible armor at all.
Hellstrom somehow being stealthy with a 15.
Okay, well.
Yeah.
Does Halstrom have
Halstrom
disadvantage?
rolled better than you, Captain. Then.
Hellstrom is made of metal. He has disadvantage.
My tail hurts. Leave me alone.
If your
You're
tail
just
hurts, I
naturally
can fix
loud.
it, Captain.
I'm going to leave Salt behind to keep an eye on the wagon.
Okay. And yes, Rain, Kyrius, and Yude all just gone.
I put Rolo on top of the horse and say, "You're in charge."
Rolo gives you a very he tries to salute because his arms are little, he just kind of flips a paw up.
I get it. All right, we head in the direction in which the Tingles have come.
Okay. And as you guys are traveling, Augie, the Tingles kind of pull one direction, pull another direction, pull another direction, almost as if the portal is moving, which doesn't make a lot of sense. But somehow, something is telling you that this portal is not in one static location, despite everything telling you it should be.
In my studies after I left home, would I have come across anything that even hinted that something like this has happened before? Because up until now, all of my endeavors have been on a static rift.
Right. Go ahead and roll me a history.
Act smarter than I am.
Do you want some help?
I don't think it's gonna matter.
Okay.
Yeah, you read in a book somewhere about something like this happening, but you can't conjure it off the top of your head.
Okay. Is it like I'm getting multiple threads of this at one time?
Roll me Arcana.
Oh, damn it. Can you tell me to roll something other than intelligence-based rolls? Oh, thank God.
There you go.
Are you sure? I can change it still if you want. We don't have to take.
That stays. That on the stays.
Yes, Augie, you are actually getting 3 different pulls. And they are pulling from they're all pulling in the same direction, but it's almost like they're stacked on top of each other, which is why it seems like this is pulling multiple ways, is because all of the portals are trying to exist in the same material space and they can't. But they're being forced to.
Right. Would I be able to make the assumption, and I mean, I could be wrong, but would Augie make the assumption that this is 3 different planes trying to link at once, or 3 different sections of one plane?
This definitely seems like it's 3 planes, or I'm sorry, 3 points on one plane, but you're not completely sure.
Can Augie, with the 20, find and follow the strongest thread?
Well, and that's kind of the weird thing, is all 3 of the threads seem to be pulling in the same direction to the same spot.
I do my best to follow the thread direction.
It's pretty easy to follow the thread directions. It's just weird because they're not normally layered like that.
Yeah, I do momentarily halt the party and turn around and whisper to them that the situation is not a normal situation. I'm feeling 3 points of planar contact. Typically there's only 1. They're all vying for the same area, and I do not know what that means. If it was a summoning gone wrong, if there's something extra funky happening on the other side trying to bleed over here, I can't tell you. Origin, don't know. Reasoning, unknown. But just Bolo, be on the lookout.
Alright, you heard her. Keep on the lookout.
Hi, captains.
Captains.
All right, everybody's passives. Yude, don't bother. No, it's not worried about you.
Passive for Brucius is 15. Passive for Lachlan, I believe, is 15 as well.
Perfect. Okay.
I has button.
26.
I like that button. It's a very good button. All right. So as you guys are making your way through, and it takes you guys actually a couple hours before you are drawn into another area.
Pass Without Trace only lasts an hour, so I would have to cast it again if this took multiple hours.
Yeah, it only takes you guys 2 hours, so if you reapply Pass Without Trace, yeah, I'll let you guys make one more check.
Oh dear.
What could possibly go wrong?
This. Oh.
Better.
You know, one day, Yude's gonna fail, and I'm gonna laugh.
I can't with the lowest I can roll is 24.
I'm aware. My statement stands.
Why? I rolled him!
Nice!
Holy crap.
It has happened. It has finally happened. Mark this date. Kyrios has outrolled Yude.
Not only did I outroll him, that's a 42 with Pass Without Trace.
That is, in fact, a 42.
I'm so proud.
Beautiful. I rolled bad.
Brutus, clank, clank, clank.
Lachlan, clank, clank, clank.
Hellstrom rolled the same.
At this point, it's not that bad. Brutus is a 14, which is the lowest. Actually, no. Brutus and Augie clank.
Yeah, we clank.
How do you add the heavy armor modifier so it always rolls with disadvantage?
If you have heavy
You
armor,
have to equip
equipped, it
heavy
does it.
armor.
Oh. Hellstrom's is more integrated because he is armor.
Yeah, Hellstrom is heavy armor. And as you guys continue to progress, you make your way off of the beaten path, up into the woods.
Cue music.
Into the
Into the woods.
We're going on a journey.
I was thinking more into
This
the
looks like a familiar map that I have seen before.
Don't call out our DM like that.
Hey, your DM is going to resourcefully reuse, repurpose, and recycle materials as necessary.
This map is
Good
actually
practice.
has not been used before.
No, it hasn't. It just looks like another map that has been used before.
Like every
Yeah,
other
this is-
forest map in the world.
Exactly. I can pull up 3 more that we have used that I will probably reuse again.
Look, there's only so many ways you can place trees without just taking up space.
Maybe not.
Otherwise, it's treason.
Right. Augie, your portal beeper is going off at this point.
Page me, beat me, if you want to see me.
Call me, beat me, if you want to if you want to reach me. All that.
Yeah.
If you want to page me, it's okay.
Whenever you need me.
I've got a bad feeling about this.
Well, onward. And Augie can, from where we are, see all of the baddies, and can we assume that for people who rolled not so great, that they see us? Is there any flicker of recognition that people are encroaching upon their space?
Augie, does a 21 hit you?
Yeah.
I think that answers your question as well.
Ow.
So yes, As you guys approach, an arrow comes streaking out of the trees, Augie hitting you squarely, and you take 9 piercing damage. Everybody, roll initiative!
I'm so far away from being able to fight anything.
We all are.
I apologize for nothing.
And
Ooh.
just a reminder, Brutus has advantage on initiative.
I will take it all day.
Day, every day.
Oh, ho, ho, ho.
Oops, I meant to do that as you did. Oh, I did.
Everything correct. Hang on. Sorry.
So many crits.
Don't
Too
worry, I'm
many
almost
crits.
done. I'm almost done. Don't worry.
Holy
I'm
shit.
worried. I'm very worried.
Oh no! Oh no! A Rakshasa!
Aw, why?
Mm.
No, there's more than one. Not just one.
Just remember, you guys wanted hard combat.
I don't know who you guys are. That seems unnecessary.
Scratch.
I distinctly do not remember asking for harder combat.
I
Oh,
wanted to fight the orcs.
I could be polite, but I won't entirely call out the people that have said to me, "Hey DM, you know what you should do? You should give us even harder combat."
There's only one person who has said that.
No, there's not.
Two. I can't let him go down alone. Two. I've said it.
Don't worry, there's multiple people. It's okay.
God, if I remember right, these things are sorcerers.
Yep.
So reaching up and pulling
I don't
The,
know. The character doesn't know that though.
the arrow from Augie.
Is this one of those occasions where I should use the big spells or
Oh,
What?
and yes.
I'm sorry, do you pull the arrow out of Augie?
aha.
I'm just
Scratch! You don't pull
spurting
them out.
blood.
Goodness
sorry.
gracious.
Hang on. What was that, Augie?
I'm just spurting blood.
Don't worry, you only take 1 additional damage as Scratch rips the arrow out.
You're lucky you need your health right now because that arrow would be finding purchase on your body.
That's a really bad idea. Bloodborne diseases. Ugh.
Now I'm just bleeding all over my armor.
I'm going to start looking through my bags for something.
Okay. Masaru, it is your turn first.
Yes.
Take your time. We got a lot of people to get through.
Everybody's so far away.
It's going to be a lot of dashing.
Speaking of,
Dashy dashy.
call me Mario Kart on the GameCube, baby, because I'm double dashing.
How do you do that with the arrows? Where you get one to stay in place and then move down?
Right click.
You, yeah.
So, remind me how you're double dashing.
Dash action, dash bonus action.
Okay, that's what I thought. I just wanted to make sure I had that.
Alternatively, dash bonus action firebolt. Oh, wait, no. I'm gonna hit the little guy with psychic damage.
That one?
Yeah.
Okay. took out the. Thank you. That is a in save.
Yeah.
Oh, yep. Nope, it fails.
11 psychic damage, and now on its next saving throw has to subtract 1d4.
Okay. He looks fucked up, but he is still standing.
Just a psychic dart just pierces into its brain.
Yeah, you hear it scream, and you see it like clutching its little hands at its head, but it does seem to be standing.
And that ends Yurei's turn.
Good. Red, because he's guys. Blue. And then red is going to cast invisibility on itself. All right. So there's that guy, and he is going to do a thing. His turn is over. The other Rakshasa is also going to cast invisibility on himself.
It'd be okay.
And now it is Scratch's turn.
Lovely. Like, oh, here we go. Gonna grab a hold of Augie's belt and use my action to swipe open a dimension door in front of us.
Son of a
Okay.
bitch.
Got one chance, yes or no?
Okay.
All right, I can go 300 feet with that.
It's not 500?
Oh, you're right, 500. Oh, that might be dangerous.
What?
That might be dangerous to go all the way up there.
How could it be dangerous?
We'll put us in a tree.
Okay.
The fuck? Where are you putting me?
Right here.
Wait. Do it again. Why are we so far away? What was the point of you bringing me halfway?
Because if we go all the way to the portals, we'll get surrounded, and I don't think the two of us can take on everything at once.
I was just gonna jump in. You're right, this might be a better plan.
Rabble, rabble, rabble. You're right.
Okay, that was action. Free use action. Finding what I'm looking for in my bag, I'm going to unroll a scroll. And as I'm sitting in the tree, I'm going to sit there and use my bonus action to to do the thing. Yes. I'm going to hide in the tree.
Okay.
So, stealth check. Ooh, okay.
Not quite.
Just give me like 12 seconds.
12 seconds for what?
I point at the scroll.
Uh-huh.
That's all you get.
Great.
Anything else from you, Scratch?
Nope, that's the end of my turn.
Excellent. And Bone Devils are going to just move back. Both of them are. but I'm going to have them hold their actions. That is both of their turns. Brutus.
Brutus is looking around for where the captain disappeared to, and is going to spot Augie and then dash, charging here. Yes, that is a 40 speed. He's going to equip his +1 longsword and stand at the ready. He does not have a bonus action that I can do right now. That is the end of Brutus's turn.
Right. Rain.
Alright, so I'm gonna move over here. And then let me measure something.
No, how dare you?
I'm going to firebolt that one.
That one? Alright. That hits it.
Excellent. And if the tree just so happens to catch on fire, because firebolt does that, then it's isolated and I don't really care. Would you like the spell description?
I would love the spell description. Alright. And I'll also link that. And Rain, you notice that your fire doesn't seem to do as much damage to the creature as you would have expected it to. And the tree below it is on fire.
Does it also have fire resistance? That's interesting.
Anything else from you?
Nope, that's it.
Alright. Kyrius.
Suddenly, Rain is going to see a small bit of mist appear next to her, and as it clears, there will be Kyria with my bonus action Misty Step right next to her.
Good.
And then from there, I'm going to move 35 feet. Right there. And can I see this guy in the tree here?
Give me a perception.
Come on, roll 5.
Yeah, you can see him just fine.
Okay, then I am going to shoot him with my bow.
Very good. You miss.
Okay, I'm going to shoot him again with my bow.
Very good. That one hits.
No, I couldn't do it. I had bonus action Misty Step. I can't do Hunter's Mark. Okay, so that's that, and then we do this.
Excellent. Your first arrow goes wide just a little, and the second one you're able to hone in on the thing, and you let an arrow fly, and you hit it, but it doesn't seem like your arrow does as much damage as you were expecting it to.
Well, that's what I got, so we'll wait to figure out what we're going to do next turn.
Good. All right, Augie.
Oh, well, I find myself in the middle of a problem. The problem being I don't have range
That's why I brought you
thought the
closer.
problem was next.
in a tree. Yeah. All right. Well, that means that I literally have like one thing that I can do. Okay, and I shall do that. So, in the particular tree that I am in, how tall is it in comparison to the bads, like over here? Like, could I see them,
Oh yeah, you
or
can
is it
see them.
obstructed? Okay.
You guys are actually on one of the taller trees. This tree that is directly in front of you guys is probably the next closest in height, and it's still a good like 5-6 feet shorter than the tree you're in. You have pretty easy vantage point on the portals and everybody back here.
Okay. Then, Augie, like, their panic kind of begins to glow, and they cast Moonbeam over in that air direction, which I think we have an effect. Oh, we do, and I can just boop. Right there's fine.
Great.
And we'll cast it just at level 2. I need to preserve my spell slots for them. Their smite.
Got a 5-foot radius, so you're hitting this guy and the big one.
That is the goal, to kind of put it in the middle of them.
Absolutely. Well, I want to make sure. All right. I'm gonna land that. Is
Rude.
well, he does. Well, he fails. And that's 14, and he dies.
Boom.
Nice.
Right, and then also has that. And this one passes. So let's see. A half on successful. All right.
7. Augie leans over and says, I feel like we're going to get a couple daggers out of this experience. And then proceeds to hang off of a branch and drop out of the tree.
Very good. Let's see. Augie, roll me athletics, please. Actually, I lied. I'll take that. But also, roll me a constitution check. Or constitution save, please. Okay, yeah, you're fine. So you fall out of the tree, and you land a little hard, but it's not enough to really do any damage to you.
Shake my ankles out.
Yeah, shake your ankles out, kind of, you gotta re-limber up a little bit, but you don't take any damage.
Bring it
You
on,
didn't
come
roll-
on.
Roll to absorb your impact.
Anything else, Augie?
No, that is it. Except for I do have to bid you all a good night.
Oh.
Night,
Good
Augie.
night.
So sorry, I do gotta work. Good night.
Good night.
Okay. These guys are gonna close ranks as well. Gonna be for them. They are also gonna hold actions. All right. Now it's Arrow Boy. All right. So this one going to go first, and Kyrius.
Yeah.
Just really quick, I think that this guy moved into the moonlight thing. Does that do anything?
Oh fuck! Yes, he did. He wouldn't have done that. Thank you for pointing that out. I forgot how far 5 feet is.
No, no problem.
All right. So that guy is well, he's gonna multi-attack at you, Kyrius. Does a 21 hit?
Shield, so no.
Oh, very good. Very good. He's going to
But-
shoot
Okay.
again.
I only get one of those per day, so
Yeah, fair enough. Does a 13 hit?
no.
All right. So the first arrow bounces off your magical shield, and the second arrow goes wide. Let's.
And then that shield remains until the start of my next turn, so.
Very good. Very good. Well, this one is now going to attack. Oh, wait. Oh, shit. This thing gets 4 attacks. I'm sorry. I just read that. Well, I read it, but I...
What?
Oh my god.
2 with each of its longbows, and it has 2 longbows.
Uh-huh.
I feel like you'd get your arms tangled.
Does...
It's like those mannequins from Elden Ring.
Not with the shield, we're good.
Very good. And 12 we're not worried about. All right. Well, don't worry, kids. There's more where that came from. Because this one is now going to multi-attack. Does a 27 hit?
Are you aiming for me still?
Still aiming for you.
Yeah, 27 hits, even through the shield. Oh!
So 14. Nope.
Twang snap.
Oh, very cool.
Nice.
Let's see. Hurt someone else. Ally possible. Generate attack. Oh, very cool. So the second shot goes out and kills this one.
And just imagine this, this skeleton go just like clasps one of its hands over its mouth, going, oh no.
Let's go. 12, 20. All right. So it
That
manages
misses.
to get the one hit off, kills its ally, and whips wide the other 2 times. It doesn't matter.
Maybe it's flattering that it sees you as the bigger threat, even though I said it's tree on fire. Who knows?
Maybe. But y'all, that hit me one time for 14 damage and it does 4 hits. I'm in trouble.
And there's 2
I'm
of
in
those things.
danger.
That's what it was. I'm in danger. Thank you.
Let's see. There was something with the tree. Hold. Well, it's standing in fire, so I'm trying to...
I think fire damage is like 1d4.
It is 1d8 for non-magical fire damage. Since he's, standing directly on top of it. Okay, cool. It doesn't do much, but it does something. Alright. Lachlan.
Lachlan is going to move the 30 feet that is allotted to me. And using my action, seeing this thing, I would like to attempt to identify what it is. What skill check would you like me to roll?
That is a fabulous question. Give me an intelligence check.
Can I add my nature to that?
Nope.
Or my religion?
Nope. You know these things are extraplanar, and that's about it. Okay. So you know that this thing is definitely, for sure, some kind of fiend. You aren't able to identify exactly what it is, but you know for sure it's a demon, and I will send you some info you are able to learn about.
What do I have as bonus action? I will shout to the people around me. The ones with the bows, they don't take much damage from being stabbed or hit with blunt objects, but if we can slash at them a little more or set them on fire, it'll be better. Also, I don't think poison will work, and I'll say that's my bonus action.
Okay.
Information to keep in mind.
And that's my action, bonus action, movements are this the end of my turn.
Right. Halstrom.
Yes.
What you gonna do?
Me and my little buddy are gonna move upwards. I assume we're under the trees in this instead of in them.
You're going under the tree?
Trying to get past Lachlan.
Okay. Yeah, you'd be standing underneath the tree, and this is like a scrubby brush.
Okay, so I can still see past and see the multi-armed arrow bastard.
Yeah, you can see him.
Cool.
They're not really hiding.
I'm gonna shoot him.
Very good. Yeah, you hit.
Ignore the arcane firearm.
Alright, so it's just the 21?
Yeah. And what's the range on the cannon?
Hellstrom, your first shot, you hit it. You hit it square on. And you're not doing as much damage as you thought you would have.
Even with a infused weapon that counts as magical?
Mm-hmm.
Weird. Well, I'm gonna have the ballista fire commanded to fire as a bonus action.
Very good.
Hey, real quick, I'm so sorry. If a weapon says that it is piercing, I'm talking. If a weapon says that it is piercing or slashing, how do I decide which it is?
How you use it.
Yeah.
What weapon is it?
Short sword.
Short sword, yeah, if you stab, that would be piercing. Slashing would be slashing.
I assume a 14 doesn't hit?
Okay.
And that ends Hellstrom's turn.
Alright. Alright, so this one first is gonna come running up to Brutus.
Brutus almost has a smile as he clenches his teeth around his sword.
Fair enough. It is going to sting you. Does a 16 hit?
A 16 does not hit.
Very good, very good. Alright. And that is all for that one. Somebody remind me for a ranged attack. The lower higher values, if it's in between, that's the efficacy range, right?
If it's past the first number, it's with disadvantage.
Yeah.
If it's lower
And
than the first number,
the second number is the max range.
So if it's lower than the first number, it's a disadvantage. If it's above the second number, it's a disadvantage.
No, if it's below the first number, it's normal. If it's above the first number, it's disadvantage. And if it's above the second number, it's not going to hit because it's farther than its range.
Correct.
Unless you have a feat that
It extends your range.
Can somebody explain that in smaller words?
Basically, you have two numbers. If it is above the first, it's disadvantage. If it's above the second, it won't hit.
I don't know why, but that causes weird dissonance in my brain.
Okay.
Feels like
Imagine there's a 5 at the beginning.
right.
Any range up to the first number between 5 and the first number is the normal range of that weapon.
Oh, okay.
The second number is the max range of that weapon, which while attacking at max range, anywhere between those two numbers, that's disadvantaged because you're not going to be as accurate.
Okay.
Except I thought ranged attacks had disadvantage at too short a distance, though.
But
No, only
within
if it's in
5
melee
feet.
range.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
This one is going to come up.
Unless you have a feat.
This one is also going to attack Brutus.
I have 2 feet.
It's going to use. Never mind.
Pitiful beings.
Ooh, I need more blood enemies.
One's gonna go there, and that one's gonna go there. All right, so we're at the top of the turn order, and we are going to pause just for a moment. We are down in Augie. Do we want to continue combat?
Kyrius, when do you have to leave? Because you're usually the next one.
Yeah.
Honestly, I was gonna go until my next attack, and then I was gonna call it anyway. So I don't know what you guys want to do.
Okay.
I'm good to stop here. We're off next
Okay.
week.
Yeah.
Same.
Yep, we're off
Same.
next week, so we will go ahead. We will end here, so that way when we refresh in 2 weeks, we will have hopefully all of our party ready to go to continue getting their asses kicked. I mean, continue kicking ass.
Sounds
You gotta
good.
remember for 2 weeks that these guys don't like piercing damage.
I am copying the message and I am putting it in chat with a big, bold, important.
All of my stuff is piercing damage.
Yeah, that's what happens.
All
Sorry.
right.
All of my damage is magical. It was fucking Rakshasa.
I've had time to plan, okay?
Wait, so I don't know what Kyrius knows in this situation, but RJ does not know what a Rakshasa is. That's a dangerous thing?
A kitty cat djinn.
Yeah, they're like genies, but even more evil. They like to make deals.
They're pretty damn smart and like to be active socially in skeevy ways.
Often you'll find them as politicians, corrupting cities to make them serve them.
Okay.
They also have backwards hands.
Mm-hmm.
Any deal you make is magically binding as well.
What does that mean, backwards hands?
The left hand's on the right side and the right one's on the left side.
With the palm facing out.
That's odd.
I imagine Kyrius sitting there, like, trying to do that with his hands to see what it would look like.
I mean, RJ was just trying to do that with his hands to see what it looked like.
Like, that's odd. But yeah, they're weird creatures.
All right, well, good night, guys.
Good night.
Good night.
And with that, we will also bid our lovely viewers adieu as well. Make sure to check us out on our various social medias: TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, obviously, Twitter, anywhere you can find us. Facebook, I think, hypothetically, theoretically,
It
hypothetically,
exists.
it exists. It is a thing that we have.
And if anyone would like to follow us to break our curse of 69,
As much as we love 69, we want to get all the way up to 420 so we can blaze it.
And if you want to see more of our content and love the things we're doing here, please feed the fire tiger kitty cat down below on this stream. He appreciates his dice addiction.
Yes. Like, subscribe, follow, all those things. Interact with us so we can interact with you. If you guys provide us the things you like to see, the moments that are funny, the moments that you're enjoying, that tells us so we can keep doing the things that we love, the things that you love.
and you can reach all of us on Discord.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Come join our Discord. Come join the Duo Gaming Discord. We love interacting with people. We're a very active Discord server. We have memes, we have funnies, we have cursed things that should never see the light of day that we subject all of each other to, because if we have to see it, so does everybody else. Also, everybody here just lost the game. I apologize for nothing.
Minty milk.
I should have hung up when I said goodnight. See, that's my fault.
Minty milk.
Check out our Discord for the curse context for that. Anything else I'm forgetting? Any other plugs that we need to make for tonight?
Don't think so.
Oh,
there is one thing you are forgetting. Thank you to our wonderful DMs. You are spectacular and the reason that I turn up every week.
Aww.
I mean, without us, there is nothing to turn up for.
Well, without you, I would be running it, and I'm not sure anyone wants that.
I was told there'd be punch and pie.
There was. Didn't
Yeah.
Kyrios almost get punched today? You avoided it.
Yeah.
The pie's next week.
Well, the
Yes,
pie
pie's on the
because
next
the pie was to determine the circumference of the radius of Moonbeam.
I thought Pie was to try to help Lachlan figure out where the fuck we're going.
Oh.
Yeah, the problem is I was using like 4.12 instead of 3.14.
Oh, I thought it was because you were using cherry instead of the superior pie flavor, which is blackberry.
Possible. Although I actually prefer key lime.
But yes, before we digress too much further into the madness and insanity that you all know and love, remember everyone, there are 20 sides to every story. Roll for yours.